That's smooth. Bro didn't even feel his arm removed until he saw that. Jesus. I'm not too disappointed by you mortals and what you did with this strip. Am I the only one who also wants a spin-off like OVA or anime where we just gamble with a Gilgamesh? Seriously, the movements for the characters' bodies are just next level. Like, this is easily the best character animation I've seen so far this season. Don't worry, Shonen Tards. The action's here for you too. Alright, sorry, Shonen Tards. Action's not on the menu anymore. Oh god. Never mind, Shonen Tards. It's back on the menu again. I can't tell if this is about to be a gangbang or a one-on-one. I mean, 4 can be a crowd. I mean, you're bringing out the 12-piece? Jesus. Ugh, brother. Brother, ugh. Oh, basically trying to break generational trauma. I can respect that. You may not like it, but that's what peak masculinity looks like right there, guys. I don't know if that's a thumbnail, but that could be a thumbnail. Holy shit. Guys, we are so freaking back. Fate Strange Fake Episode 2 certified banger. If you got this far in the video, though, make sure you drop a like, share, support, subscribe if you're new around here, and Patreon's where you can catch my full live reactions. Also, more also helps fund the channel videos just like these. So, Fate Strange Fake has been an insane release schedule. Some people got mad last week because where is it? Where's the new episode? But it's a 13 episode season, and because it's rebroadcasting on TV, they started with episode 1. So that's why it's the extra weight. Whispers of Dawn was episode 0. So, 14 episodes if you include it like that. But we're finally back, and the production value is absolutely bonkers. People are gonna oonga boonga gush about the impact frames of the action, but it's not that. It's the animation, like shots like these. But just in general, this entire episode was just it was a Sakuga fest, but in ways that people aren't gonna highlight as much as they should. I just absolutely loved how everything moved like it was almost rotoscoped, but wasn't rotoscoped. It's just beautiful. But the thing is there's so much that is gonna be happening in Strange Fake, and I probably have more info than the average Fate fan who just watches casually whenever there's a new Fate thing. Because I do know stuff about Tsukihime, I believe is what it's called. And I played through all the Fate Stay Night routes and stuff, but Fate lore and just this lore in general it's too much for even me. But I will say Dead Apostles are going to be something that your average Fate fan is probably not ready for. And the reason being, my understanding, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm very rusty on my understanding of things, but the way Fate in this universe works is like there's always like elements of it that exist in other works. So Tsukihime has stuff about Fate, and Fate has stuff about Tsukihime. And the idea that Dead Apostles aren't something that would be necessarily not around in other Fate things, they would just be eliminated early before we could probably see it. Like, I think it's the church who takes care of it, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, I could be completely wrong about this, and I'm misremembering things. But the big difference between Fate and Tsukihime is that in one, that being Fate, humanity's always seen as, like, the strongest, right? It's like, humanity's gonna be on top, they're the strongest, blah, blah, blah. And Tsukihime is kind of like the reverse of, like, it's basically a whole story about how humanity is weak, and that's why vampires would be weaker in Fate, but stronger in Tsukihime. That's kind of where we're at. So the idea of something like Fate Strange Fake existing in the way that it does is we essentially get a character who breaks all the rules that should exist in a Holy Grail war, and basically says, oh, okay, so we got a servant here, I'm gonna just send you away. Oh, everyone's fighting, I'm just gonna with my teeth bite the blade off. And next week's fight is gonna be absolutely bonkers because I don't know how it's gonna go. If this was a normal Fate show, I would say the Dead Apostle probably ain't making it. What the fuck? Absolutely bonkers, though. I mean, it's not often you can introduce a character who aura farms so hard that as soon as he walks past a guy pointing a gun or a sword at you, he looks down and his arm is somehow gone. Like, this is gonna be so fucking fun. Like, I can't express enough just how the more this goes on, the more the action is just gonna curb stomp like everything this season. Like, this is my jam. But the big thing is that one of the things that had me excited when we first started rolling into the world of Fate Strange Fake is that characters seemed fun. Like, this might be the cast of characters with masters and servants that have the most personality in terms of a very bombastic, very in-your-face. If you just gave me them as the MC, I would be happy. So far, there's only technically 2 characters that feel more boring, but even then, I'm not even saying they're boring. I mean, one of which would be, well, our girl, who basically is just, I'm normal, I don't belong here, leave me the fuck alone, reasonable reaction. But at the end of the day, you know, in comparison to some of the more outlandish personalities, would probably be seen as a more timid and less interesting, but I think really serves a great purpose at being a contrast to these insane personalities, especially someone as, you know, crazy as Saber. And then there is, of course, best boy Chad, who, you know, he's just always cool, calm, and collected, but serious no matter what. But in general, like, there's just a ridiculous amount of fun characters, and I think that's what makes Strange Fate potentially one of, if not the best Fate series we might ever get, just because it combines so many, like, it has like that kind of fan servicey element of like showing you what you want as a diehard Fate fan, that being Gilgamesh and his gambling addiction and everything like that. Honestly, it just, there's no better spot for him than other than being like, you know, humanity's not doing too bad without me around. You guys got the gambling strip up. Makes a lot of sense, right? But there's just so many elements that people, when they watch Fate is a unique beast in terms of a fandom. It's probably one of the worst fandoms to interact with. It can be one of the best or the worst. There's no in between. You either get the diehards who say, if you don't experience 15 million things, you're not going to get the full experience. And then there's others who just are like super fun to talk with, right? At the end of the day, jumping into Fate most likely will have one thing happen. You'll finish it and you'll say, I want to watch more. And that's really all we need at the end of the day. And I think what's so cool is that, like I said, there's bound to be some people who probably tell you you need to play the Tsukihime visual novel and all that shit. And I'm super rusty. Like, this is stuff that, this is like some knowledge I had like 12 years ago, okay? And I'm fuzzy as fuck on it. But at the end of the day, no, man, like, this is just, it brings me great joy. I think it's so fucking beautiful. I mean, already they're being quite creative when it comes to the powers, like this, like, a flash level explosion. I just blinked and I was like, what the fuck did I just witness? That is so cool. Like, I just think in general, people are gonna gush about the animation when it comes to the action, because I think for your average fan, that's the only thing they notice about really truly good animation. But the reason why I think, you know, it was so refreshing to see people gush about the 100 meters animation wasn't necessarily because of running animation, but it was all the animation building up to so many different races. And similarly to this, I'm just watching characters walk around a room and I'm seeing entire body parts move. Like, I'm not just watching like a normal walk animation, I'm watching people's shoulders roll, and it's just, I swear to God, there had to have been some rotoscoping done in this episode, and probably not, but that's just how good it looked. I'm loving this a lot. I think whether or not it ends up as the overall best Fate series is irrelevant. I think as long as it ends up being a amazing Fate series, given the passion that has been poured into it, we will leave satisfied. Like, yeah, in a weird way, this Fate has a little more to prove than normal because there has been so many delays. There's just so much hype surrounding it, and you do gotta land it a little better than your average Fate show. But given, if we look at stuff like Grand Order or everything that kind of has come out in recent memory, Fate, it's been damn near amazing every time, so we're probably in safe hands. Either way, let me know your thoughts down below. You can refresh my lore knowledge and everyone else's, pulling information from a decade ago. You gotta forgive me. As long as you understand, this Dead Apostle normally wouldn't be like this in any other Fate show. You're alright. Thoughts down below. Drop a like, share, support, subscribe. If you're new around, you know, Patreon for live reactions, all this and more. Like, hey, I also love to give video shout outs to my patrons, because without them, you wouldn't get these YouTube videos. So today we got 4-6, Doc, Tyrone, Danny Boy, Simon Lau, GreedX23, Neil Vickers, Jenny Stiegel, and we also have Pope Church Miu. So I appreciate the support. Please take care. You have a good one.